If a friend, an acquaintance, someone in your family, a coach, facilitator, shaman, says to you, I had a dream about you, or in meditation I received a message from your higher self, from God, from your guides. Be aware if somebody who has been perhaps in a position of counsel or authority, or they have spiritual gifts that are new or not so new, and they are wanting to communicate to you a message from the gods. When they approach you, in whatever form, with this message, that they want to give this message to you, be aware of how your body receives this information, meaning that they want to give you the message. Does it feel true? Do you feel open to receiving it? Or does it feel icky, sneaky, off? That's first thing. When somebody in authority, I gotta switch my arms because my arm is hurting me. When somebody in authority, I'm gonna put that in quotation marks, once tells you that they're going to relay or would like to relay a message to you from the gods, this could be a control, power play, manipulation. If it is somebody in the spiritual space, like a coach, whose intention may be to get business, it could be, whether or not they're aware of it or not, conscious, subconscious, unconscious, it could be a manipulation to get you to hire them. All right, so how do you feel when they're saying to you, I have this message for you from your higher self, from God? If this doesn't feel good and it feels like there's a projection or a manipulation, you have full FULL permission to say to them, put a boundary up, thank you for thinking of me, no thank you. This doesn't feel like this message is for me. And you can leave it at that. In this way, you are setting a very strong boundary of not opening yourself up to receive this message. Period. It's staying strong with that boundary. If the message gets relayed and then your red flag, is being waved internally, those bells are going off, your intuition's telling you, this doesn't feel right, this doesn't feel like mine, this feels like projection, this feels manipulative, I don't like this. Maybe you're in a state of confusion at this point because, well, heck, God just gave you a message through this other person who I trusted. So at this point, if you're getting those bells, those alarms going off, red flags, and you feel that you've already taken that on, and you're in the middle of this conversation with them, you can say, this doesn't feel true for me. Perhaps this feels like a projection, so you can literally say, this feels like yours. And you can turn that around, so you can give that energy back to them, give the information back to them, and you can ask them, you had this dream, what is this message for you? It feels like this message is for you. You're giving it back to them. You're giving it back to them with full clarity that this is not yours. And you're giving it back to them, setting up those boundaries energetically. When you give it back to them, that puts the boundary up so that the manipulation, the energy that you've taken on is not with you. If, boy, you don't realize it until later. You've had this exchange and they've told you the message from the gods and you've taken it on and you're like, oh, that feels so icky. I feel like a loss. I feel like I'm in this victim mode, loss of power, confusion. What do I do now? Well, first off, God, source, your guides, your higher self can give you any messages yourself. They don't need to go through another person. And this is one of the things we're all learning right now, is our divine connection to source, to our spirit team. We don't need to go outside of ourselves. Okay, so that's first and foremost. We know that. That's foundational. So we've already taken this energy on. We're feeling it. God, we're feeling the manipulation, the control. What do? We can confront the person. True. You want to ask, is that for my greatest good to, almost slipped there. Is it for my greatest good to confront this person? See what your answer is. Only you can determine that. Or you can energetically give this entanglement back, give this energy back to them. You can sit in meditation, through your mind's eye, bring this person in front of you. Look at the entanglement that's been created, this power dynamic, and you can say to them, I honor myself. This is not mine. This is yours. I give this back to you with love for you to do with whatever you wish. Feel yourself setting up your boundary. This is your boundary of honoring yourself, of self-love. How do we show our self-love? Through our healthy boundaries, through honoring ourselves. When you give this back to them, you can use the words, I am complete. Feel yourself in this space, releasing, standing in your strength, honoring yourself through your healthy boundaries. And next, learn. Learn yourself. Learn the patterns. See the triggers. If you've had a perpetrator-victim pattern in your life, in your family system, such that it keeps showing up, this is karma to clear, to heal. And it's also an opportunity for you to stand in your strength, honor yourself, transform, empower. These are always opportunities to know yourself, to grow in your consciousness, to take back what was taken or given away, to stand in your power and your strength.